Gen Z can't find a job. Please share the video. Every other week, the news seems to be reporting Gen Z simply cannot get jobs, no matter how much they try. They show clips of, I've applied to 100 jobs, 200 jobs, and can't get any of them. Then they show rates of how hard it is today and get a job versus new grads 30 years ago. What do you think? What are your experiences? Is it really historically that bad? Or is it overblown? Well, it's not just Gen Z, it's millennials and the other Gen X. We're both having a hard time and fits the algorithm, or as they call it here, paradigm. That's not really a word I would kind of use like in my everyday life. Like, it's a new paradigm. It's the algorithm, new paradigm of unemployment. But that's not, bros, do you use that word in your daily life? Like, algorithm, paradigm. But it says here, been looking for 9 months, 37 and plenty of experience, got 6 interviews and only 1 job offer, and turned out to be a scam. So yes, a lot of these, like I had that. So on one of my comments, it had 170 likes. That it did say they've been looking for 9 months and 37 of them plenty of experience. So this person had experience. They've been searching for a very long time and they still can't find a job. So this kind of is worrisome. Like, let's just say you live in your parents' house. There's nothing wrong with living in your parents' house. I'm saying it'd be kind of worrisome if eventually down the road you can't find employment or stuff's not going good, and you were like wondering, I have this experience. Okay, what experience do you have? Experience as putting the fries in the bag at McDonald's? You have experience at working at Walmart or Lowe's or any of these other places that take advantage of their workers sometimes, and then they sometimes pay workers a little more money, like the managers. Okay, the managers pay a decent wage, but that's not even decent wage anymore. So you're not even paid enough money to live. So it's kind of crazy out here that this person's been looking for 30, and they're 37 years old. So they're not 17 years old or 19 years old. They're 37 years old. So I mean, I wouldn't make fun of this person, but I had 197 up likes on it. And then they say, what's your line of work? That 29 likes on it. Sales and hospitality, bartender and casino management, retail, and a few years of kitchen work. So they had a few years of kitchen work and some hospitality experience. The scam offers have gone out of control. One made me cry, being it sounded very legit at first. But then when I did research, it wasn't. I was so frustrated, and everything was just clear that I was tearing up. Luckily, I was able to find a retail job while I was searching for something better, but emotionally it was draining. And then this person replied, wait until you hit 40. This seems to be the soft experience date most employers have in mind. So it seems like the employers, what they're saying is taking advantage of you as you age to, let's just say, 40 years old. And they're saying the scams are getting completely out of control. But when I did research, it wasn't. It was so frustrating. Everything just made me tear up. Not tearing shit up, like actually tearing this shit down. Tearing up, like crying. Or maybe he's talking about tearing this shit down. I can't really tell what he was actually talking about. But yeah, so Bitcoin's at, just so everyone know, Bitcoin's at right now $60,000 and Ethereum's at $1,750. But that's like a side note. That's some crypto shit right there. I just put that as a side note because they said Bitcoin's going to $10 million or something like that. I know I'm talking about unemployment and stuff like that, so it's kind of crazy talking about all that stuff in the same sentence. So let's keep reading. The job market is considered worse than the mainstream news outlets are reporting. That has actually 465 likes. Actually, that's a lot more than usual. This was posted 6 months ago. So this person is saying the job market is worse than mainstream news outlets are reporting. So they're not reporting everything that's actually going on. That's actually going pretty bad, which I completely agree. So if the news outlets are reporting that it's sunshine and rainbows, and shit, it's definitely not sunshine and rainbows. People are getting fucking paid $15 an hour. It is not sunshine and rainbows. And whoever's saying that shit is lying straight to your face. That's, they're lying that 15, I'm not saying $15 per hour is a fair wage or anything like that, but I'm saying that this person feels like that had 465 likes to the comment that job market is being falsified, or like job reports and stuff like that. That's like they're not telling us the full truth of what the fuck is actually going on. And I completely agree with this person that they're taking advantage of people, and the news outlets are the people that really take advantage of people, and they spread misinformation and stuff like that too, so it's kind of hard to follow these people and stuff like that. So that's kind of, you kind of think about this kind of stuff. So I mean, they are saying it's Gen Z when it's really everyone. Gen Z just hit it first because companies haven't wanted to hire juniors for years. That had 231 likes to it. Actually has 9 replies to it, and people go into really fucking big detail on what they're replying to. But what the hell was I saying? I was saying Gen Z, when it's really everyone, Gen Z just hit it first because companies won't hire juniors, which I agree. Now, companies want to only hire you if you're like 27, 28, 29, 20, 30 years old because they want the people with the experience. So they don't want to hire a rookie that fucks shit up and causes problems, which I completely agree with that. So, okay, so you're in this situation. I'm just going to put this out here. You're an employer. You want to hire a manager. You're looking for someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. You're not trying to hire somebody that is like just camping out, sitting around, not doing shit, or can't do money right and stuff like that. What do you do with those people? That's the real question. I'm not saying to fire these people and stuff like that, but I'm saying it kind of makes you look bad. You say you have experience, but in reality, you have none. So I think experience, and no one really has real experience. Just like Tom Lee says, you need 10 years experience to really get really good at anything like crypto trading or anything stock trading or whatever. It takes 10 years, and you build this discipline over 10 years to get really fucking good at what you're doing. That's why people are making millions of dollars in the stock market right now because it took them 10 years and they put in the hours and they really got to really where they're going. And same with Bitcoin and traders. Like they've been in it for 10 years, they're making money. Yeah, it's all of YouTubers 10 years making money. It's all about like putting in the reps and repetition stuff like that. If you want to be a YouTuber or whatever the fuck you want to be in life, I don't give a shit what the fuck you want to be in life. But I'm saying that be whatever you want, but it takes 10 years time, discipline. You have to be disciplined with your money. You have to be disciplined with your expenses. You have to be disciplined with stuff you want to actually achieve, and you may actually achieve it. I think they're saying it's Gen Z because the only way business journalists and economists relate to the world, the elites don't have to deal with the joblessness, but their kids out of college and living at home do. This might be dumb take, but just kind of wrote it because now it's here or whatever. Well, basically, you're saying the rich people don't have to worry about this, and then the unemployed people do have to worry about this, and the living in their mom's house, which I totally agree. So we have to deal with this. Like, I mean, I've been unemployed for 167 days, and it's been a very, 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 very rough time. So, but they're saying the rich people don't have to deal with these problems, which I completely agree. The rich people don't have to deal with these problems that we have to deal with. Like, we have to deal with this shit. It's our responsibility. Somehow it falls on us. Somehow it falls with us. It's our fault that we're unemployed, don't have a job. It's all our fucking faults that we don't have a job. The journalists write it this way because it gets clicks and people share it. It's far less shareable to say the economy sucks and the companies haven't hired young people because they need training in order to make money off of right away. Instead, they're offering shittier pay to more experienced people or outsourcing. It isn't new. When they coming out of college, when it was 2008, the same thing was happening, and no one wanted to hire me either. Where I found a job, they throw me into a deep end, and they told me I was lucky to have a job and deal with 60 hours and a lack of training. Same thing is happening, and they are reusing the same bullshit cover story while kicking it down generations. Well, the journalists write it because it clicks and people share it. So they're saying the economy sucks, hiring young people, they don't train them. They want them to work 60 hours a week. This isn't new. It happened in 2008. Passed down to generations, kicking them down, can down the road situation. So, I mean, I don't think it's a dumb take. I think it's a smart take. You know why I think it's a smart take? Because I think that's actually what's actually fucking going on here. So, people working 60 hours a week doing Lyft and Uber drivers, and they're working retail job, and they're reselling books, or whatever they're doing to make money. And we're taking 60 hours a week to make a living wage nowadays. So they're working their asses off and getting little results while the rich people get all the rewards. The rich people get all the rewards. We get no rewards. We get nothing. So, and then this person said, bingo. That's a bingo. They said, that's a bingo. That you just said that they kicking the can down the road. The next generations have to work 60, 70 hours a week. These new generations, which is hilarious. They're like, bingo, I can't even get a call back from hundreds of job applications for the fast food tech jobs. So yeah, and this is bringing back memories of how it was in 2009. They had 119 upvotes. Sam, the shittiest part of the people rich enough to not be affected largely, like already employed boomers, literally don't believe you applied to 50 fast food jobs and still couldn't get a job. Must be you. My boomer uncle is finding out in real time, and his perception of the job market is completely opposite of what he thought it was. He thought he could pussy, retire, and work the door at the Costco. He got laid off. Well, that happened. Somehow surprised that Costco doesn't want to hire 60-year-olds with a bad attitude part-time to man the door. So they're not employing the uncle of 60 years old at the front door. Yeah, the job market is going up, so they think the economy is great. I really hated that back in 2008, literally applying from sun up to sundown, a skill asked if it was applying. STFU, it's not my fault, a blank. 2009 was visibly worse because online applications weren't as big. My buddy was telling me every time he went to apply for a place, there was a line of people every out one job. Kind of sounds like today. True, I remember that actually now the lines are order of magnitude longer, but they're invisible. So they're saying the unemployment lines are actually a magnitude bigger and they're completely invisible because it's all online, and then the AI is filtering it out as well. Problem is that the retail and fast food jobs have an online application system these days, and it fucking sucks because you have to play Notre Dame to figure out the right things to make it through their damn automated system. So they're saying you have to be a philosopher from ancient Greece to figure out the automated system, the AI robot applying. I'm in culinary field and can't seem to find decent help. Most people either absolutely suck or don't return. Alternatively, I'm trying to get out of the culinary field, but I have no idea where to go. A lot of people have no idea where they're going. It is bad for most people, not Gen Z. And that has 87 upvotes, and the comments were deleted. I'm employed Gen Z, but I know it's bad enough that I can't switch jobs and have hunkered down where I am. Honestly, it's hitting everyone, but I think Gen Z is getting a bit more coverage because it's preventing a lot of us from beginning our lives. We're getting hit with no jobs, an unaffordable crisis. People end up living with their parents, going into debt, and not having kids. Touches on a lot of other news stories going on. Boomers are the only ones that are not suffering right now. There's a great economy. You're retired and living off Social Security and 401ks at all-time highs. Well, that's a lot of stuff to break down right now. So they set the 401ks at the all-time highs, which is actually true. Stocks market's going up 5,000%. Bitcoin went to $125,000. Gold went up to $5,000 recently. So I agree with that. The economy is actually not doing good, but the markets are doing good. Pay attention to that. Unaffordable crisis. So yeah, rent's like $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month, and if you're getting paid $60,000 a year, that's like your entire checks, 2 checks, and then you have to pay for car insurance and car maintenance and car payments and food. And if you have a family, can't even imagine that. You have a family, you have all these things to pay for, and then you're like, I need to actually be paid $100,000 a year, but they're only paying you $60,000 if you can get a job, which a lot of people are unemployed right now. So pretty spot on with that right now. So this has 10 comments. I've interviewed for 10 jobs this year. Work for a Fortune 500 company, still no offers. Well, let me add this. You need to apply for more jobs. It's kind of the same thing with dating. So you dating, I swiped 600 times yesterday, and I got one response from a scammer actually. So you got to put in the reps, you got to actually put in, you got to swipe 600 times kind of. Well, you got to apply for 600 jobs in a day. I'm not saying do this because that's crazy. You shouldn't be applying for 600 jobs a day. You should get experience and get hired. But I'm saying that if you're applying for 600 jobs a day, you kind of just shooting. You don't know where you're shooting a blank and getting nowhere, or you're throwing a bunch of darts and getting absolutely nowhere. Just point that out. So this person's like, shit, I just got off the page. Wait, hold up. No, go back. This is more chore. No, go home. Back, damn it. Back. Let's see. Got back to yes, we got back to the post. Where the hell was I? Let's see. Before my damn, you hate it when you go on social media and it just clicks you off? So annoying. I'm underemployed, doing very well. The crisis isn't new, but definitely becoming worse. So every time I seen an article or someone posts about job hopping to increase their salary, I just shake my head a little. The economy where it isn't new and it's been trending basically the same direction for quite a while. And pensions. Yeah, so you don't even get a pension nowadays. So you get no pension, you're underemployed, and you're in the crisis. It's fucking horrible. Employed, but family members and friends have been applying to avail for months. So they're saying their friends are applying for months and they're getting nowhere, and they say they are employed themselves, and it's fucking horrible. So it seems like you can't win here. That has 113 upvotes. Unemployed for 7 months, offered 2 job interviews out of my applications. Most of them, there's just no response. So you're unemployed for 7 months, but you got 2 job offers, interviews out of those job applications. How many job applications? You apply for hundreds of jobs, or did you apply for a couple jobs and you got 2 interviews and then you didn't pass the 2 interviews? Was it a McDonald's job? Was it Walmart? Let us know in the comment section below. Share the video. Leave a comment below. What do you think? I'm not done with the video. That's a huge part of frustration. Everyone feels like they're just throwing their resumes into a void and they aren't getting automated rejections. Like, how hard would it be just to have a system that said no, sitting on my spreadsheet as apply for eternity? It's rude. It's lazy. It's so frustrating. So there's on their spreadsheet it says applied, but on the spreadsheet it says ghost because they didn't even apply, didn't contact them. So they're saying they're frustrated at the employers, but the employers are frustrated at the workers. So it's funny. We're in like a battle against each other for fake jobs. So we're a battle against each other for fake jobs that don't exist. That's how crazy this is. It depends on the company and software they are using, but what I've seen is typically auto-rejected beyond touch-up level requirements. It's just a huge pile of applications of yours is sort of on the top of where you will never see it. So they're saying that the employer will never actually see your job out. Or it's automated rejections, looking for same amounts of time, not impossible. So yeah. I think we're going to end that there on this video. I hope you liked the video, bros. And I'll catch you on the next video. Subscribe. Like the video. Thanks.